Namaste. Welcome to class. My name is Todd Norian, and I'm the founder of Ashaya Yoga. It's wonderful to be with you here today. Thanks for practicing with me on this glorious new day. I want to invite you to join the Ashaya community. Go to my website, ashayayoga.com, and join the email list. You'll get all kinds of updates and inspirational newsletters and things to keep your practice alive. This is Practices for Inner Peace. Please share it with your friends. We want to spread peace as much as possible. And I hope you'll join me for my 30-day challenge. I have a day-long retreat coming up June 13th, and so many other courses that are in the works. So it's just such a delight to be with you. I want to talk today a little bit about directing kindness towards ourselves. It seems like when there's a lot of conflict in life, we get kind of stuck in resistance and resignation, and sometimes we're in kind of this trance of unworthiness, or a trance of we feel like we've done something wrong. We kind of take it on as our problem. And kindness is so important. There's a spiritual practice called Maitri, M-A-I-T-R-I, which means friendliness or kindness. And kindness has so many wonderful qualities to it, and we tend to not direct it towards ourselves. We tend to be fairly cruel to ourselves, not giving ourselves enough space to learn and grow, not being okay if we fail, or we say something wrong, or we make a mistake. We tend to really get all over ourselves. And kindness is just another way to turn towards ourselves with gentleness. Kindness gives space. Kindness is really a sense of tolerance that's so needed to embrace ourselves, our growth process, but also tolerance towards others and different beliefs. Instead, we have kind of a self-cruelty rather than self-love, and it's very much like instead of giving ourselves kindness, we tend to turn on ourselves, like with unworthiness, turn on ourselves. And I think about, it's kind of like getting a dog bite. I don't know if you've ever been bitten by a dog, but they'll turn on you sometimes. And it's interesting, but we do that to ourselves. So Practices for Inner Peace is about coming back to a place of kindness inside, where we have more tolerance, where we have spaciousness, and kindness engenders giving ourselves a second chance. Life is always giving second chances, but what about us? And just our expectations can be so high, perfectionism can be so high. So I thought today we'd focus on acts of kindness towards ourselves. We'll start with chanting. We're going to do the Shantih mantra. And if you need the words to the Shantih mantra, if you go on my Ashaya Yoga page, on the left-hand margin, you scroll down to where it says menu. Click menu, and the PDF with the words should pop up. Please take a comfortable seat, turn your thigh bones in, pull down through your tailbone, join your index fingers and thumbs, and close your eyes with a sense of kindness. Invite your breath. Let the breath be gentle, spacious, unconditional. With kindness, there's a sense of unconditional love that lacks judgment, that lacks being critical. And so just breathe into yourself and embrace yourself just as you are. And I love the tantric phrase, I am perfectly imperfect just as I am. We need to learn how to love ourselves, flaws and all. Then set an intention in your heart. May I be kind to myself today. May I do at least one thing today that's good for me. A lot of times we can't be kind to others because we're in a state of survival. We've deprived ourselves of kindness or love. We actually have forgotten how to receive it, how to feel it. If you can't feel it, you can't give it out to people. So we come back, do this loving act of chanting, loving act of yoga, stretching the body, and that's going to bring a beautiful vibration of kindness out into the world. bring your palms together in front of your heart. We'll chant 3 Oms, and then let's chant the Shantih mantra. And we'll say, I might do another short chant right after that. Connect with the energy of kindness vibrationally through the Om. Open to the bigger energy. Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bunatu Saviryam Karavavahe Tejasvina Vaditamastu Avidvishavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's chant Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai means victory, like victory consciousness. And Jai is victory. And Shri is beauty, all things good, all things auspicious. Ram is energy of the heart. And then we'll move into Sitaram, Sitaram. And Sitaram is individual and universal joining together in unity. Call and response. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sita Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Remain in silence with your eyes closed for a few moments. Become receptive to the vibrations of the mantra. Feel them as waves, currents of kindness, and let them flow into your heart. Let it help to dissolve the armoring around the heart. You could say breach the levees, to touch the deepest core of your heart with kindness, inner peace, spaciousness, respect, self-love, tolerance. These are all the qualities that kindness grows. Palms together in front of your heart. We open to the bigger energy today. We open to grace, the energy of universal kindness, universal compassion, and universal grace. May it flow through every breath, every movement, every intention. To your own heart, gently bow your head. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Welcome back. Come on up to a standing position. Kindness flows from a state of inner peace inside. It's very difficult to be at peace when our shoulders hurt. So we're going to do some shoulder work. Clasp your hands behind your back like this. Lengthen up through your side ribs. That's the rib cage here. And when you lengthen up, you want to pull yourself up out of the hips. Bring your waist up out of the hips. For many of us, we walk around, especially lately and, being at home so much, and sitting so much that the belly just drops down into the hips. We walk around like this all the time, short-waisted. So clasp your hands and lift. Let the light of kindness fill you. Then take the head of your arm bones back. Stretch your elbows straight back. Get a good stretch through the front of your chest, through the front of your shoulders. Lift your neck, your throat. Take your palate back and breathe. You'll note that as you squeeze your elbows straight, your shoulder blades hug. Hug your shoulder blades as an act of loving kindness to yourself. Maitri. Breathe with kindness. We always feel better with breath. Anxiety and oxygen cannot coexist. So breathe. Exhale, release. Clasp your hands in front. Stretch your palms out away from you. And then, instead of rolling your shoulders forward, pull your armpits back. Hollow your armpits. And then stretch your arms up as much as you can, and then push up through the index finger knuckle side of your hands. Index finger knuckle side. And that's going to pull the inner armpits back. So now, if your head is way forward, that's not going to be good. So lift your throat and just draw your palate back. You'll find much more ease. The inner deltoid, inner armpit, inner shoulder area goes back. Outer shoulder blades hug onto the back ribs. Then, look down at your feet, get your feet parallel, hip distance apart, thighs back, tail in, and then from your pelvis, push down through your feet. From your pelvis, push up through the index finger knuckles. Your arms should feel like they're just about to fall off. And exhale, release. Just in time. Shake out your wrists and your hands. Okay. All right. Left elbow is up. You hold the elbow with your right hand and pull the elbow out to the right, this way. As you go to the right, take your left shoulder back. Stretch. And then turn your head, look a little bit more to the left. Very good stretch. Release. Second side, hold your right elbow with your left hand, over to the left, look right. And as you start pulling the elbow, give it a little resistance so your right shoulder goes back. And breathe. Any pain, just back off a little bit, don't go so much. These shoulder stretches are excellent for any kind of movement with your arms, all different kinds of sports, especially swimming. And exhale, release. Bring your arms into cactus position and externally rotate your arms. The little fingers start to turn toward each other. Yeah? Bring your elbows slightly forward. There are 4 steps to get the shoulder blades and the shoulders into good alignment, and it goes with the 4 essentials of Ashtanga Yoga. The first is open. Lift your ribs, open up. Next is engage. So you take the head of your arm bones back. When your elbows go forward, your armpits can go back, arm bones back. Notice when your arm bones go back, your shoulder blade muscles in the back, behind the shoulder blades, hug. Okay, that's called engagement. That's going to heat up the muscles and protect the joints. Align. 2 opposite things. So externally rotate your upper arm, internally rotate your lower arm. So now you're going to turn so your palms face forward. Pull your shoulder blades down your back, chrome into the back of your heart, and lift the front of the chest. So those are 2 different actions. Okay, upper arm externally rotates, lower arm internally rotates. And then turn your palms like your forearms are inside of a door jamb, and you're going to push. And as you push your palms out this way, shoulder blades hug in more. And then, so you don't pinch the shoulder blades onto your back, from the center of your heart, expand a bit. So those are the 4 essentials. Open, engage, align, expand. And then keep all that. Stretch your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Sweep your arms out to the side. Release your head and shoulders. Again, check your feet so they stay parallel. Good. Inhale, lift your heart forward, and then exhale, bow. Offer kindness to yourself. Maitri. Inhale, extend kindness out into the world, and then exhale, bring it in to yourself. Root down through your feet, sweep your arms out to the side, and come up. Look up, reach up, exhale, release, arms down. Here's a really good stretch for the forearm area. So you take your right hand and flex your wrist so your fingers are down, and you're going to put your left hand over the top of the right hand and pull back. And as you pull back, kind of lift your hand up. The stretch is going to be about right here in the forearm. Very good. Second side. So you're kind of pulling back with the palm. At the same time, lift your left forearm up. You'll feel the stretch in the back of the hand, the wrist, but also I want you to get it into the forearm muscle. Yeah. Very good. All right, interlace your fingers and then turn this way. Press your palms out. Pull the armpits back. Inhale, stretch up again. And then release your fingers. Bend your right elbow and take your right elbow back with your left hand. And push your elbow into your hand, armpit back. Stretch. So now this is the tricep muscle. And switch. Take some deep breaths here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, eagle arms. So right elbow crosses under left and then wrap. Try to get your arms to intertwine as best you can. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. And now lift your elbows up part way and pull the head of the arm bones back. Very good. Do a couple of circles here. Be cautious. And circle in the opposite direction. And every exhalation, just see if you can let go a little bit more. So relax on the exhalation. Come back to center. And the elbow assembly now is going to go over to your right. Take your left shoulder back, similar to the one we did previously, but it's a little more intense. Inhale back to center. Release your arms, stretch your arms up. And then exhale, switch, left under right. Intertwine. Lift the elbows, arm bones back. So always in a Shai Yoga, the head of the arm bones go back. I'll never say, okay, bring the head of the arm bones forward. Like, please slouch in your posture. We get a lot of slouch, and then the upper back becomes overly rounded. It's called the kyphotic upper back, and that leads to Dowager's hump, where the head is way forward, shoulders are down. So you want to keep the spine extended as much as possible. Elbows up, and then back, and now circles. You should feel it a little bit more on the right side. That's normal. Opposite direction, circles, circles. Shoulders are also known as the shoulders. We place the burdens of the world on our shoulders, like Atlas carrying the weight of the world. Burdens. Things we think we should do, things we shouldn't have done. All of that. There's a lot of shame in the shoulders. So we let it go. Just offer gentleness, offer kindness. Okay, now come back to center, and the elbow assembly goes toward the left, right shoulder back. And breathe. If it hurts, it should hurt good. Exhale, release. Okay, give your wrists a shake, give your elbows a shake, shoulders a shake. All right. Now there's a couple more I'd like to show you, but you're going to need a wall or a door or something. So I've got one over here, so just move over to a wall. If you have to move some furniture, do that. And you're going to stand about 2 feet from the wall and bring your hands, palms up at the wall. It's called shower pose. Palms on the wall. Pull your hips back from the wall, but lean your heart in towards the wall. Yep, the water is just right, just how you like it. And let the water flow over you. Armpits back, head back a little bit. And here the stretch is going to be under the underarm area, upper arm. Also in the chest, arm bones back, but melt the middle of the heart toward the wall more. Keep your hips back. Breathe. And see if you can go closer, bring your heart closer to the wall by an inch. Good. Inhale. Come up. We're going to do the same thing now, except your hands are going to be at hip level. So take the wall, you make a little box with your body, and then separate your feet wider than your hips. Go wide. Bend your knees a ton, and see if you can get your sitting bones to lift up. So now you go for a low back curve. Sitting bones up. At the same time, lift your armpits. See if you can do it evenly. Sitting bones and armpits up. Then draw your tailbone in. Melt the upper back. Instead of hanging your head all the way down, just lift the sides of your throat up a little bit so your head comes up. Yeah. Ears are generally framed right between the arms. And then from your pelvis, push through your legs, and then push the wall, pelvis to wall. Breathe. And release. Inhale, come up. Again, shake out your arms. Okay, this one is you stand facing the wall, bring your right hand palm up a little bit higher than your shoulder, and I'm going to invite you to karate chop the wall. So the little finger side of the hand is in the wall. Hold your right ribs with your left hand. Inhale, side ribs long, lift up. You can give yourself a lift. Then start to twist away from the wall to your left. As you push your karate chopped hand into the wall, take the right shoulder back. So it's not just push the wall, but push the wall to get the reaction of the right shoulder back. And then start to hug the right shoulder blade onto the back ribs. Pull from your hand into the shoulder blade, and then twist a little bit more. Breathe, expand from the heart out in all directions. So big stretch right across the front of the chest and front of the shoulder. And exhale, release, shake out your right arm. And then bring the other hand to the wall. Karate chop, hands a little higher than the shoulder, palm up. Hold your left ribs with your right hand. Inhale, side ribs long. Exhale, start to twist. You can turn your feet also out to the right. Pull from your right hand into the shoulder. Left shoulder blade firm onto your back. The more you karate chop your hand, the more the head of your left shoulder goes back. Head of the left arm bone back. And try to feel the connection of the karate chop and your shoulder blade muscles hugged. And then continue to twist to the right. You can look to the right as well. So just there's wonderful stretches right in the back of the shoulder. And also you might feel it in your neck. Breathe. Exhale, release. Okay, very well done. Come to the front of your mat, stand, feet parallel, palms in front. Inhale, reach up. And with kindness, exhale, fold forward. Oh, relax your jaw. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, go back, downward facing dog pose.
Bend your knees, root the base of your shins back, sitting bones up, armpits up. And then inhale, right leg high, lift the inner right thigh more. Exhale and lunge. Come up, hands to your hips. Scissor your legs, you charge your legs, pull in with kindness. It's a hug, so it's gentle, it feels good. Lift your left thigh a little higher, tailbone down. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Feel the freedom in your arms now. Swoop your arms back, interlace your fingers, but in the non-habitual way, and then fold forward. Bring your right shoulder toward the inner right knee. Hold and breathe. Inhale, root down through your feet to come up. Arms up. And then exhale, come back into downward dog pose. Inhale, left leg high. Lift the inner left thigh. And exhale, lunge. Come up, hands to hips. Supercharge with kindness. Lift your right thigh a little higher, tailbone down. From your pelvis, push through your feet, and as you root down, stretch your arms up. Swoop your arms out to the side, behind you, clasp, again in the opposite way, whichever that is for you. Pull the shoulders back, and then exhale, fold. You come to the inside of the left knee. Stretch your wrists, stretch your arms up overhead as much as you can. You'll feel the most stretch in your shoulders. Go for that. Breathe into that. And root your feet down. Slowly come up. Stretch your arms. Very good. Exhale. Release, plank. Claw with your finger pads, the roots of your fingers, so pads and roots. Heart is soft, but arms are super strong. Pull your palms toward the midline with kindness. Thighs back, tailbone in. Hold. Just take your head back slightly. Okay, if you need to put your knees down, otherwise go to chaturanga. Hold. Hold, claw more with your finger pads. Head the arm bones, stay up, hug your shoulder blades. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, come up, cobra. Claw and pull your palms backwards. Lift your side ribs, head the arm bones back, and allow your chest to move forward. But your arm bones move back. Chest forward, head of the arm bones back. Now, hug your shoulder blades, pull them down your back and into the back of the heart so the front of your chest lifts up. And then the head goes back. Breathe. Exhale. Down. Okay, come on to all fours. So we're going to end with just a couple of simple stretches. The first one is passive chest release over a roll. So you can take a blanket and on the folded end, roll a tight roll. And we want to get about 4 to 6 inches of this roll. Bring it across your mat near the top and lie back so the base of your shoulder blade is at the top of the roll. Bottom shoulder blade at the top of the roll. Very good. And just stretch your arms out to the side. And breathe. You can stretch your legs out. So this one, you don't have to do much work at all. In fact, it's all about letting go. And you just let the roll do the work, let gravity act naturally. It's going to help to take the roundedness out of your thoracic spine and out of your shoulders. Arms are out in a T above the roll. can lift your chin a little bit and then lengthen the back of the occiput behind you. A couple more breaths. Breathe right along the line at the base of your heart and wherever you feel tension in your back. Bring kindness through the breath. Kindness is an act of self-love, an act of listening, an act of responding to the real needs in your body. And kindness, there's always like an intention for healing. Kindness creates unity. Kindness creates a connection, a sense of open acceptance and tolerance. And think of how you feel when someone is kind toward you. Don't you feel like you just want to be kind back? Kindness touches humanity and opens the heart so we remember why we're here and how important it is to respect other people. Okay, bend your knees, slowly roll to the right side and come up. So that was the easy one. Now we're going to give you a harder one. You'll need 2 blocks. Okay, so this one is called kneeling prayer. So you bring your palms together, Anjali Mudra, but now your elbows are forward. We're going to get the elbows to go on the blocks, and then you walk back a lot. Keep walking back with your knees. So your knees are almost totally underneath your hips, and your upper arm is lengthened and extended. And then you release the upper back. Press your palms lightly together, take the head of your arm bones back, but melt your heart. So it's active and passive. So actively lift your arm bones up, but then let the heart become passive and release. Breathe. Kindness also has boundaries. You have to protect yourself as well. So arm bones lift, but then melt the heart. There needs to be a certain level of trust, a certain level of safety, so you're not in danger. But it is quite natural. It's in our human nature to be kind. It's not something we have to try to work at. But kindness flows when you feel safe. So I guess we need to work at feeling safe, creating the right, appropriate boundaries, and then kindness flows. A couple more breaths. And release. Ah, lovely. Okay, feel your shoulders now. Okay, let's do a therapeutic dog pose. So this one is using the blocks. Your hands are on the blocks. And we're going to turn the blocks out slightly. So your hands are going to be turned out slightly. And then come onto all fours. Claw the block. It's going to feel a little bit awkward because you're so elevated. Lift your arm bones, melt the upper back. And then make sure your blocks don't slide. Come up into downward dog pose on the blocks. Adjust your feet. Bend your knees. And lift your arm bones up, heart is soft. Yeah, very good. Okay, now look at your hands. Bend your elbows out to the sides. Bend. Keep your shoulder blades strong on your back. Bend. And then see if you can go straight again. Slowly, slowly. Squeeze your elbows toward each other, forearms toward each other. One more, bend your elbows slowly. Keep your shoulder blades firm on your back. Such a powerful strengthener. And then elbows straight. From your heart now, push down through your hands. From your heart, lift your back and root down through your heels, backs of the heels. Now stretch your heels. See if you can take them all the way down. Breathe. Exhale, release, bend your knees, come down. Okay, awesome. Come onto your back. Knees are bent. Bring your arms in cactus, but with the back of the hands on the floor. Okay. Side ribs long, head of the arm bones back. Cross your right knee over the left knee, at the knee. Jog your hips an inch right. Can you tuck your right foot behind your calf? Try that. Exhale. Bring your knees slowly to the left, but I want you to pay attention to your right shoulder blade. Keep the back of your right hand on the floor. Keep your right shoulder blade on the floor. And then see how far you can twist. Even if your right shoulder blade comes up a little bit, that's fine. But then twist to your right and anchor. Imagine you had 2 sandbags on your right shoulder. Try to keep it down. If it can't stay down, lift your knees up a little bit. Work to get your right shoulder blade on the floor. And then once it's down, you can try twisting a bit more. Breathe. Now lift your waistline out of the pelvis. Right shoulder back. Good. Squeeze your legs together and inhale, come back to center. Lovely. Okay, switch. Adjust your hips. Left knee over the right knee. Bring your right foot behind your calf if you can. Little jog to the left. Hips jog an inch to the left. And then knees to the right, but keep your left shoulder on the floor. And then you can experiment going a little bit more. Your left shoulder comes off a little, but then twist more to your left and try to put the back of the left hand on the floor and the back of the shoulder. You can turn your head toward the left. Keep your left shoulder blade firm on the floor. Turn your thighs in. Draw your tailbone in. And then lift your waist out from the hips. Breathe. Lengthen your whole left side, left shoulder blade to the floor. Turn your head a little bit more. And then knees to the right. Stretch. And breathe. Enjoy. And then be kind to your body. Yeah, I could hold this one for a while. Squeeze your legs. Inhale, come back to center. Very good. Uncross your knees. Square your hips. Bring both knees into your chest and hold your knees with your hands. Take a couple of minutes here. Bring your sitting bones toward the floor more. Yeah, I meant a couple of breaths. Okay. Now stretch your legs out. Palms up. Close your eyes, relax. Take a few deep breaths. With each exhalation, relax your muscles.
Allow your bones to descend into the earth. Let go of any resistance in the body. And feel the support of the earth underneath you, holding you, supporting you, making it safe for you. Know that the earth will receive any resistance, any negativity that you wish to let go of. Offer it to the earth now. Sometimes we get in such a rut of unworthiness. It's like we're living in a trance, or self-shaming, self-criticism, a kind of perfectionism that keeps us frozen. With each exhalation, offer what no longer supports you. And then fill yourself up with the light of the universe, a kind of healing kindness that's imbued with a kind of sparkle that uplifts and energizes you. The kind of kindness that's so organic and natural that it flows out of the earth. It's reflected in the trees. It's held above in the sky. The nature of the universe is that it is kind. It wants you to thrive, wants you to succeed, and wants you to find joy. Surround yourself in the light of kindness, like blankets of light. And take this light in through your muscles, through your cells, into the fibers of your being. Kindness through and through. Gently begin to return. Become aware. Receive a blessing of kindness in the form of your breath. Offer gratitude for the gift of breath, which gives you life in every next inhalation. The breath is kind. Life means to be kind to you. And yet there's always an element of learning. May we learn with kindness. And as you're ready, slowly stretch. Bend your knees, roll to the right side. Come up to a sitting position. Join your index fingers and thumbs. Touch the kindness of the universe. Close your eyes. Remember. Let your breath flow. Lift your side ribs. Take the head of your arm bones back. Feel the openness now in your shoulders. Palate back. Occiput up. And see if you can just dwell in the present moment. Try to find that threshold between your individual nature and the universal nature. A threshold where kindness abounds. There's no pressure, no stress there. There's love, there's acceptance, there's tolerance, there's respect. There's possibility, potential. There's joy. Receive kindness from the universe and then offer kindness out. And bring your palms together in front of your heart. I'm going to end on a little lighter note about kindness. It's such a beautiful gift. But it's a gift that's very difficult to give. Because whenever you offer kindness out to someone else, it almost always gets returned to you. And that's a good thing. Let's heal through kindness today. Take a deep breath and chant Om. With kindness, gently bow your head to your own heart. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. And I appreciate this class. I love doing it. And it is a free class. And we're open to accepting donations. And if you would like to contribute, go to ashayayoga.com. Go to Practice Online and you'll see Donate button there. All donations are appreciated and received wholeheartedly with kindness. I hope you enjoyed the class and have a great day.